Hello, and welcome to your weekly Oracle card reading for the week of February 17th. This is a little different format than normal. I'm in my lazy, sick clothes. I got my Thunder Buddies for Life t-shirt on. The whole family's been sick. Work's been nuts on the East Coast. We're getting slammed with all the snow. And, it's been crazy. Running an apartment complex when there's snow on the ground, you're working. So it's been a little crazy. This is a test, not really a test, I shouldn't say a test, but this is just something I'm doing this week just because I've been working in the studio all weekend here. I'm building, it's been my studio, it's been my Reiki studio, my meditation room, and I'm kind of expanding this whole kind of thing I'm doing to include podcasting, possibly even Blog Talk Radio or one of the kind of live stream radio type shows where I can have live callers call in. I started this with trying to live stream the weekly Oracle card reading. Wasn't getting much response. And I think that was because of the upstream was not working out too well. It was getting a lot of data clashes, and I came to realize through information I was receiving through my channeling that that may not be the format, though that has a place in what I'm doing. That's not the format I am to focus on right now. I'm more to work on getting out to reach as many people as possible. So that being said, that's where the podcast comes into play, because you can listen to it or download it and take it with you or do whatever you want to do and things of that nature. So some of them may be done in a vlog or a video blog, kind of like this is what's happening right now. Others may just be done as a audio recording. It depends on who I'll be interviewing any given time. I've met many wonderful people on this journey so far. Interesting people who are good to have as a peer or as a mentor. And these are some people I like to be bringing in and start to interview and kind of get their views out there and what they do and their information out. Certainly there's plenty of room to go around in this field. I haven't ever found any sense of competition where one person won't endorse another because they're afraid they're going to lose business, because it's, in the end, it is a business that inevitably you have to charge for, because it's your time and your energy that you're using to help others. But no one's in this for the money. This is about an exchange of energy, an exchange of love and unconditional love. And that's what we're instructed to do by our guides and our angels. So we're just doing this just because it's fun and I wanted to do this. I may stay with this, or I may go back to my videos of the cards panning as I read into them. There's still work to do in the studio. I have to put some acoustic foam around. It's very echoey, and I'm picking up a lot of outside noise pollution. That's the issue with using a condenser mic, so you don't have to be like this. You sacrifice the fact that it picks up a little of everything. But we're going to do the reading this week, and if I get feedback that they like this better, they like to see who I am, although I'm not in my best face at this moment in time. But that's okay, because I am how God created me. If this seems to be more personal and people tend to like this, then we certainly can stick with this format. And as I bring in some things and get my acoustic foam up to deaden the echo and get my lighting properly mounted and everything in place, it definitely will have a more professional studio feel to it. But it's a very quiet place that I've created here. Not literally quiet. Like I said, we have the road out there. I hear my dogs barking from time to time, but it's a very still place in my house. It's a room that I can come into and feel completely at peace, and I'm able to meditate and teach and perform Reiki, or on myself or on a client, teach Reiki. It's really just a sacred space I've created within my home, and it's a wonderful feeling. It's a wonderful energy to be in this room. It's, as I said, the dogs, there you go barking. So let's get through this reading this week, and we'll see how it feels and how it goes from here. I've been tinkering a lot with graphics, so you'll start seeing some graphics kind of before and end. I've joined up to a royalty-free type of free-to-use website, so to speak. It's not free, you have to purchase everything, but you own the rights to it. So there'll be some different music in all my backgrounds, and at first there'll be a lot of probably repetition because this stuff's expensive. But I'm just trying to make it professional and fun and just well received. So any input you have would be great, but now I'm just babbling on and on and on. One more thing before we do get started. As I'm doing my readings now, I notice more and more they seem to be coming, I say they, and you'll probably notice on the graphic. My particular group of guides and angels, and particularly my expanded group, who have been working with me directly, allow me to refer to them as the collective or the angelic collective. In fact, at some point there'll be a website, so the podcasts and the live streams will go through there. That's what they allow me to call them. They're not hung up on names. They are a construct of many of what we recognize to be archangels, but they're much more than that. That's what they have said to me, is that they're much more than that. And working with one of the people I've recently started working with, Colleen DiGiacomo, or DiGiacomo, I'm not sure how to pronounce that last name. She works with Angel Wisdom out of Cherry Hill, or Voorhees. She really helped me understand the vastness of it, and what's involved and how they're working with me, and that this is to grow and this will be part of my purpose. So I thank her for that. But I referred to them as the collective or my collective or the angelic collective, but they're not really hung up on labels. And in fact, they've been pretty adamant about, my wife's very asking, ask who's here. They're very they're not concerned with labels at all. But they're multidimensional. Some people use the term holographic. Just because they're with me does not mean they're not with you. They can be like the archangels. They can be in a million different places at one time, working with many people. Most of the people that are working with me, most of the light beings that are working with me, are working with you and everyone else as a collective. But there's, I guess, mirror images of each other, or however that works. But they can be in more than one place at one time. So I claim no special attention. I have this collection of beings that work with me, because we all do, and there are many of them are the same being, or at least a mirror image of that same being. So when I do some channeling and when I'm doing my cards, which is what I'm getting at, oftentimes that comes through. Understand that if I'm getting a message, it's not necessarily a message from my direct collective to you, but they will actually, because they are all knowing and know to communicate with each other instantaneously. If I'm doing a private reading for somebody and I'm getting a message, it's more likely they're communicating with your angels, your guides, your people, and then translating that to me to deliver it to you in spoken word. So I just wanted to clarify that in case anybody gets anything special or seemingly really personal to their situation. If I go into that channel mode, understand that's how it happens. They're all connected, and they all know what they all know. So let us begin. So as usual, I'm going to draw a contemplation card or theme card for the week to determine kind of where the reading's heading for this week. So for this, I'm using Doreen Virtue's Daily Guidance from Your Angels. So this week's theme is family. This situation is rooted in an emotional experience with a family member, which we can help you to understand and heal. In your mind and heart, surround this person, yourself, and the experience with calming blue light and many angels. Be open to the gifts within the situation and allow yourself to feel peace. So that is this week's card. It's the family card. And again, that's from the Doreen Virtue Daily Guidance from Your Angels. So this week's reading, you may find resonance in as it being something you're struggling with family or extended family. Family is such a defined word, but there's so much more to it than just your brother, sisters, mother, father. I mean, we have our work family, our relationships that we have with people at work. Because if you're a kid in school, you usually spend more time with your teachers than you do at home with your family, because you're with your family when you're sleeping. When you work 10 hours a day, you end up spending more time with your work family than you do with your real family, because again, sleep time doesn't count. So, family is very outreaching. It's a much broader term than our minds allow it to be. So keep that in mind as we go through our reading. And for this, we will be using my standard, love them, don't leave home without them, Angel Tarot deck. They do have a Archangel Power Tarot, Doreen and Riley Valentine as well. And they're actually coming out with another deck now. And they're all kind of off play of traditional tarot. For one reason or another, the Archangel or the Angel Tarot, the first classic deck that they put out, which is most like and most translated closest to traditional tarot. I guess I don't know if that's why they resonate with me, or it's the beautiful imagery on them, but I just love them. So that's what I use, and that's what we'll be using today. So the first card is going to be the first half of your work week, or traditionally what's known as a work week, Monday, Tuesday, say into Wednesday. And we have number 15 of the major arcana, which is Archangel Jophiel, a false sense of entrapment, being overly focused on material things, negative or fear-based thoughts. Now, this card, the ego card, number 15 of the major arcana, is known in traditional tarot as the devil. And it very much speaks to us about, the key word is the false sense of entrapment, or feeling you're in a negative space, kind of like the world's closing in, you have no recourse, you have nowhere to go. So as the situation proceeds into this week, it's something that you're already possibly dealing with, struggling with, and this is kind of trying to bring your awareness to the situation, that you're being bogged down with these negative thoughts or negative feelings, but in the end, it's you're kind of playing tricks on yourself. It's a false sense of entrapment. You have let your power be taken away in this situation, and it's time to take it back and find your power and stand in your voice and climb your way out of whatever this hole is that you think you're in. So let's see how this transpires down through now later in the week. We have the Page of Water, who is described as intuitive, sensitive, artistic, and friendly. A new person enters your life. A relationship begins a new phase. Heightened psychic abilities. Now, anytime we deal with water, the water cards, which is cups in traditional tarot, it's emotions, it's personal matters, relationships, our deepest, strongest emotions. So we're moving through and climbing out of this sense of whether it be victimhood or wherever you're feeling stuck right now. And as we realize that and come to terms with that and say, yes, I'm better than this, or yes, I choose to have my power back, now we're moving forward. And what we're finding is, when this talks of a new person or a relationship, it doesn't always mean romantically or something like that. Because it's the water suit, I would say it's very possibly romantic, or something to do with a personal relationship. But it could be a new person, could be, or a new relationship even, could be a friend. You have a friend that you've been friends with, but it's always been a little odd, and maybe something's going to happen throughout this that you're going to find a much stronger bond. Or it could literally be you're meeting a new person, maybe your soulmate's coming into the picture, and but you're going to recognize this on a frequency level. You're going to recognize this when it happens and understand that this is something worth putting some time into, and really accepting the situation that's being presented to you. And the reason you're going to know that and why, because you're going to be aware of it now, you're going to have that heightened sense of psychic ability to recognize on a vibrational level that this is right, or this is someone who has been sent to you to help with your purpose. So now as we move through into the weekend, we have release. Release in traditional tarot is the death card, but that never means death. It means the ending of a situation and the beginning of a whole new phase. So the funny thing is we had midweek, or the second half of the week, a relationship begins a new phase. So here we have the release card, Archangel Raziel, Azrael, who is known as the Angel of Death. But it's all good stuff. It's nothing to be fearful of. This is why the Angel Tarot was created, to remove all the fear. That's why that name was changed to Release, because that's all death means. It was to make it more acceptable and strip the fear from it. This card says the end of a phase or situation, spiritual transformation, time to move on. So we open this week with a struggle. We open our eyes, we realize we're not a victim. We're only a victim if we choose to be a victim. We move through this heightened sense of euphoria now coming to the second half of the week. We recognize intuitively situations that are being presented to us, opportunities, new people. And with that, we now enter a weekend where we are free to release and let go of these things that held us in that negative place in the beginning of the week. So it's really good stuff. Now, the topic card, the contemplation card for the week was family. Again, I think family is broader than what us as human beings have defined it. So if you're struggling to see the relevance of this when it comes to family, understand, look towards your friends, look towards your work relationships or your schooling relationships, people you spend time with on a daily basis, because they're all family. Your social group, your spiritual group, whether you're a churchgoer or you go to spiritual gatherings, people you spend routine time with on a regular basis are all our extended family. So when you're trying to find how this applies, keep that in mind. So with that, I will wrap this up and simply ask that if the angels do have any information they would like to bring through now and have channeled, that they may come and do so. I have cleared the space and cleared my energy, and you're welcome to join me now if there's anything you would like to say. We will come to you momentarily and only simply speak of the act of relationships with family. Daniel has described family as a broad, more inclusive term than what you have traditionally defined family to be. That is an accurate statement. In fact, your family spreads far beyond any bloodlines. Your family includes those around you who are close to you, that you are fond of, that you have dealings with each and every day, whether it be the grocer at the market or the man at the bread stand or the flower shop or wherever it is you may find yourself on a daily basis with where it is you live. These people are all your family. So be aware and be mindful of these relationships in every day of life, not just when you're looking for a purpose for this reading, but in every part of your life, every aspect of your life. Understand that they are family and that you should treat them as family. For we should treat all people like they are our brothers and sisters, for they are. We are all of one light, and we all should be exhibiting unconditional love, and that is always the message that we bring you. That is always the message that we feel is most appropriate for you, and it's always the message that we hope you receive. And with that, we thank you, and it was with unconditional love that we are here for you, watching over you, protecting you. All you need to do is ask and invite us in, and we will be there. Thank you. All right, so I hope you enjoyed this week's reading. I hope it was now I get all tongue-tied after that. I get a little loopy. Hope this was meaning for you. I know it went a little long for one of my weekly readings, but there's a lot going on, and I kind of want you guys to all be part of it. This whole, the YouTube community and the Facebook community is where this is all started, and I'm happy that you guys are here, and hopefully we'll continue to be here through this growth and be a part of it. There will be some upcoming dates that I will be doing some live stuff. I have one or two radio interviews coming up, and I will be making some live appearances with Colleen from Angel Wisdom in Voorhees. She has some live events that she has asked me to come along with her. So as soon as I get information, they will be posted on the Facebook page, facebook.com/Advanced Angel Cards. And anyone who hasn't liked that page, who may be watching these YouTube videos, I would ask that you definitely go and like, because that's where I post most of my activity, my daily readings when I can have a chance to get them up, the weekly readings. The only thing that appears here on the YouTube channel, if you're subscribed to it, are video readings. Or if I do a video reading for you, it'll be hosted here and you'll get the link to watch it privately where no one else can see it, things of that nature. So I encourage you to go to the site and like it if you have not, to keep up on these dates. I do have the Angel Card website, which is a very minimalistic website. I will be constructing at some point when I find 5 minutes in my life. I will start the construction of the angeliccollective.com website, and that is where I will be posting the podcasts when they go out. There is no set time limit, monthly, weekly, have you, on that just yet. It's just all beginning phase. I have to line up interviews with people and stuff. But that's where I'll be posting them for your ability to download them or stream them or listen to them live. Any live channeling appearances, or if I'm doing a live channeling Q&A event where you can phone in or Skype in and ask or even through the chat board and ask your questions as we're doing a Q&A channel session. All that stuff, as it evolves, will be going up there. This is what they're asking me to move towards. The angel cards will still be there, but this is where I'm being instructed to go, so I will happily oblige, because it's very exciting that this is all happening now. It kind of was trickling in, but it was when I turned 44 that the floodgates just opened, and I understand 44 is an angel number, and Doreen feels very, very strongly about that. She points that out all the time, so I think it's kind of funny that happened for me in that way. And again, any feedback is welcome, and I thank you, and it's with blessings and light. I say have a great, splendid, blessed week. Thank you.